Okay, so here we go. Fourth installment of this series here on how to paint a room. We've done all the prep work as far as patching the holes, moving furniture, taking stuff off the walls, cleaning any dirt or anything off the walls here. And now is for the real tedious part, and that's just doing the edging around all the doors, windows, moldings, along the ceiling, what have you. A lot of people are fans of the blue tape. I am not a fan of the blue tape. I used to use it all the time, but it would take me just as long to tape everything as it would if I just took my time with a brush and went through everything. So also then would also use those square edgers that you see with the little wheels or rollers on the bottom of them. Those work fine, but what happens is those wheels end up getting paint on them, you end up getting paint on your moldings anyway, or when you look around all of your frames and all of your ceilings and stuff, you'll see just a big square line going across everything, which was just a look I didn't like very much. So not a fan of the edger, not a fan of the blue tape. What I have developed over the years, and this comes from watching professional painters as they've come in from time to paint, is just to utilize a paintbrush. So here I just have a standard 3-inch paintbrush. As you can see, I've already done the top of this door. I always start in a location where no one can see if I mess up. So if you don't paint all the time like me, I'm definitely not a professional. I just do this whenever a room in the house needs it. I always start off where no one can see. That way, if I make a mistake, no one can see it unless they're standing on a ladder. And I just make sure that I get my hands steady. It's a practice area for me. Get the paint on the brush, because it takes a little paint build up on the brush in order to build up a good edge. As you can see, you'll see little spots here and there on the wall here. That's where if there's a little too much paint on the brush, when I take it out, I'll just do that a little bit. Just leave it there. And then what I do is I just start off easily, right above where I finished, working my way down, getting a nice steady edge right along that molding there. And sometimes I'll just go right back and touch it up a little bit. Go all the way down. Have this extra paint over here if I need it. Now I just thin that out before it dries, because I'm going to be going over it with a roller anyway. So as long as it's not globbed on there, you won't even notice it when we actually start painting the wall. So I will just go down the whole way. I will do this very easily, very slowly, along all the walls, the doors, windows, trim, ceiling, floors, you name it. Again, it's just getting a good amount of paint on that brush. If there's any excess, just putting it over there for a short period of time, starting just above it. Get a good edge going as you work your way into the wall, and then by the time you're at the area where you finished or left off, you've got it going just right along that wall there. You can go back over it if you need to, if you just need to get a little closer. And that's how I trim all of my doors, windows, moldings, and along the ceiling. We're going to finish this up. This is the longest part of the job. Once this is done, we'll come back and start painting the actual room.